righty. We had to do a quick little setup for our Def Chef in the building. You know, our resident chef is back with another Menu Monday segment. And Def, I had to bring you on this week because we already know families are preparing for that holiday feast, you know, but like in true Def Chef fashion, you made sure you brought us some food today. Let's start with what you brought us.
Oh, well, we got some basic fried rice, chicken fried rice, but there's a lot of vegetables in there, right? That's what we need to focus on. We need to focus on fresh vegetables, fresh fruit, cut down on the sugar a little bit, cut down on the butter. I get it. It's Thanksgiving. It's a time to indulge. You can still indulge and do it a little bit healthy. We got some noodles with heavy on the kale, onions, garlic, celery. So you know, we got some simple stuff, but we just make sure it's packed with flavor and it tastes good.
Yeah, well,
that's what we're doing.
I really appreciate what you're talking about here in terms of how we can transition some of our holiday recipes so that they are more healthy. You're talking about adding more vegetables, and I think there's some dishes that some folks may not even think to add vegetables in. You know, one of the things my son loves is kind of like mac and cheese with broccoli, right? And he's like, Mom, just throw some broccoli in there. And I love that. But, you know, when you think about cutting down on the butter, sometimes that's the hardest part for folks. Are there alternatives they could be using?
Yeah, there's different types of butter. So you could use almond butter. I don't know, like they have all types of different things that you could use, but I'm talking about that Dairy Gold, Land O'Lakes, old school butter, that block of butter that we use. You could do what you do. I understand it's hard to change these habits, but you could even have some different food, right? Because let's be real. We have the most unhealthy food. I'm actually going to do a segment on my show called Soul Food on Trial. I'm pretty sure a bunch of people going to be mad at me, but we could add some other things from some other ethnicities that are a little bit more healthy, right? That incorporate a little bit more vegetation, and we'll eat that.
Yeah. Well, I was just talking to you about the fact that I was looking on Instagram. There's a funny video. Somebody's like, you know, a down south Thanksgiving. They got the whole list and they pulled out the list. Let me pull out this whole scroll of things that we're about to have. But I think that we just overdo it. We have a lot of side dishes, a lot of desserts on Thanksgiving. What are some of your, tips? Because maybe they can pick a couple, and you're talking about cutting out the butter. Is it gonna hurt the recipe?
Just for lack of better terms, pick your poison. You don't gotta make everything crazy over the top. Everything don't gotta have an extra handful of cheese. Everything doesn't need an extra scoop of sugar, right? You're gonna go over here. You're gonna go over here. All right, do all that, but you can't have pound cake at different places. You can, but we're talking about what makes more sense, right? I understand that Trae got the mac and cheese, right? Okay, so don't go to Bessa's and get some too, or go to Bessa and get some too. I don't know, but man, we're here to try to get you to make some healthier choices. And also, I mean, the very next day, we're gonna be gluttonous and eat. And how much of that food gets thrown away? How much of it is just waste? Lettuce is $5 a head right now. Do we have money to throw away just because it's Thanksgiving, y'all?
Right now.
Can I get a witness right now? So that's what we doing, man. We just making smarter decisions because it does come down to money as well.
Well, I think one of the things that we've had to learn in our household, that my mom still does, Thanksgiving, my mom and grandma, but it's smaller portions, right? Like if you have a pan like this, mac and cheese, maybe that's better than the double pan, right? Like we don't have that many people coming over. I think sometimes we really have to adjust because Thanksgiving has always been one of those spaces, a lot of Black families and households. It's like, no, you got leftovers for a whole 4 or 5 days after Thanksgiving, a whole week. And is it really necessary? Do you have to have that much?
It's completely unnecessary because here's what's going on now. We have the main spot. Everybody's cooking at home. Half of us leave. Then we come back to a smorgasbord of food and we got plates.
Yeah.
And we haven't even touched the food that we've made because we've been over here, over there. So that's the whole thing. Back in the day, we was going one place and that's where all the food was. Yeah. Now I'm cooking, you cooking, we going over here, but we got a bunch of food everywhere. And like I said, the average household spends about $500 on Thanksgiving,
Mm.
but the average black household don't got $500 for emergency spending. These are all facts. You can look up the data.
Ooh.
Right now, obviously, me telling us this doesn't benefit me. I sell food for a living. This is how this is how I feed my family. So anything I say about the food industry, you can bet the house on it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, this is why I appreciate you, because you're going to keep it real with us, and you're also going to make sure that we have ways to be healthy. So that means I get to try out these
Yes.
healthy vegetarian noodles here. You guys know I got to do it while we're on, camera, because he done made it for us. You said this is kale in here?
Yeah, man.
People don't use kale like
Nope.
this. They don't. You would think it'd
Nope.
be spinach.
Stir fried woks. I'm gonna tell you,
Mhm.
cooking out of a wok is one of the healthiest
Ooh.
ways to cook. You could get just an amazing
Ooh,
cook
Dad.
on. Yeah,
That tastes like it came from a Chinese restaurant for sure. That is
Well,
fire.
they say sometimes that I be looking. People ask me all the time because I got them tight eyes. So, but I'm all black though.
Hey, this is amazing. Thank you so
Thank
much for
you.
always making sure our crew is fed. And thank you for another amazing Menu Monday segment. You're talking about your show. I know you're doing things in the community. Look right there. Let them know how they can tap in with you, Dad.
Man, you guys know how to tap in with me. Hit me on most social media platforms. Really catch me doing events and in the community. That's really what I do. I try to stay available. If you don't have it, let me know. We gonna get it for you. I never tell my people no.
Yeah.
Never tell you no.
Hey, I'm a testament to that. Thank you so much, Def.
Thank you,
Appreciate
baby.
you so much.
Love you.
Oh, love you. You guys, right after.